Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and today I am bringing you an epic 1 vs 1 in Napoleon Total War, and this was a subscribers battle replay actually submitted by R Adams 97. So thank you so much. He had heard that I was looking for some more Napoleon content, and he has delivered. I really appreciate it. So it's a little bit of a longer battle. I think it's about 20 to 25 minutes. But let's take a look at the army compositions, and then we'll get the battle started. So looking at R Adams 97's force, he is playing as the Spanish, and he has a much smaller fleet than the enemy does. So he's got some Rayo, which are basically like just an 80-gun ship of the line. And then he's got Peleo, also 80 guns. And he's got Nuestra Senora de la Concepcion y de la Animas. Oh my goodness, it's 106 guns. Not bad there. And then he's got 3 of these Delphine Dorado, 122 gun ship of the line. So very, very large, probably extremely expensive. Here's his general up front, Santisima Trinidad, which is 140 guns. And then he's got a couple of these little tinier ships, the San Carlos, only 14 guns. And we got the Intrepido, 38-gun frigate. And we already saw that one. So, yeah, you can see that the United Kingdom forces are much more numerous. He is leading with his general, the Rose, 122-gun heavy first rate. And then on either flank, he's got the Centurion and the Randolph, so both 80 guns. And looking at his next line here, we've got the Royal Oak, 74-gun third rate. We've got the Glatton, the Surf, the Resistance, and the Fox. And then we've got a last line here. So we've got the Minerva, 38-gun, Irresistible, the Caesar. Then we got a Dryad, that's a 50-gun fourth rate. Boyne, 38 guns, Pandora, 38 guns, Epivere, 38 guns, and Cyan, 38 guns. So, yeah, you can see just the difference in the numbers of forces, but the United Kingdom going more for a quantity, whereas Spain is going for the quality with their 3 massive ships, 120 guns, 140 guns, so that's definitely going to be something to worth watching once we zoom in and see all those guns firing. So it looks like we got some kind of testing shots going on. We've got the Rayo for the Spanish moving forwards. We actually got the 38 gun over on the left-hand side as well, firing into the midst of the United Kingdom. Ooh. So I believe this is the general. Yes, it is. So he's really going to have to watch this fire here. The Spanish are really going to be focusing him down. You can see that the Spanish general has moved his Santisima Trinidad to get some good fire onto the United Kingdom general. Or I should say the English general. Oh, come on, fire on this thing. Oh, it's actually going to get the first shots off, and another nice volley there as well. Oh, but it looks like we got a little bit of a fire brewing over here. Oh my goodness, just the amount of shaking is insane. Yeah, so it looks like Great Britain is kind of pushing right into the Spanish lines. You can see that the Spanish are actually spreading out quite decently. And they're just using this kind of bulkhead of massive ships to slow down all of the English ones. And the stragglers are catching up and being blocked into this little blockade. And if you look over here, you can see that a couple of the Spanish ships are actually flanking around. So the Spanish, surprisingly, with less ships, have actually surrounded the entire English fleet. And we're going to kind of zoom in and just hear some of this action. Oh my goodness. They're firing like point blank into these I'm not even going to try to pronounce that a second time, but this ship is still holding. It's nice that you can kind of see that the Spanish ships are red and the English ships are yellow. Oh, this ship is just getting the crap beat out of it. Oh my goodness. Where is their general in all of this? The English general. There he is. He's right in the center. Kind of keeping the morale high for all of his men. Let's kind of take a zoom in shot over here. You can see all the guns just firing relentlessly into the sides and rear of the general. Or the Admiral, I should say. My apologies. This is a sea battle. Look at all the men climbing up the mast, too. That is awesome. Such detail, considering the age of this game. So how we looking so far? Yeah, so the English are trying to break free over here. You can see that they're getting a couple of their ships out of the ring, and they're just pummeling this ship over here, the Nostra Senora. Whoops. Yeah, it's breaking. It's probably taken some big damage there. Yeah, hull damage sustained is right. However, the bigger ships over here are just wrecking these little tiny 38 guns. 38 gun fifth rates. I would not be trying to take on a ship of like this caliber with my little boat here. There is 111 men though on here. Oh, very nice. Where is that at? It looks like the general, or the Admiral, was actually killed. Where is the Admiral right here? Oh, he's way over here, but look at this. Some nice flanking fire by the Paleo and also the Rayo. Oh, that is tough to see. Yeah, you can see that all of the men on the Admiral ship are jumping overboard. Looks like the ship is completely sunk. Oh, that is tough to see. Some of the other English ships are going to try to rally. But with the death of their Admiral, I can just imagine what disarray this would be. Wow. Losing your general so early in this battle, that's crazy. And it looks like most of the Spanish ships have kind of broken free. They're allowing the chaos to just ensue. And the English are just being cut down for size. Now, the balance of power, I don't think that it's really accurate just because Napoleon balances of power mostly just reflect the man count, or in this case, the ship count. But they don't take into account these massive, massive ships over here, just like the Santissima Trinidad. Now, it is quite damaged. You can see that the hull has been near but destroyed. A lot of the cannons are actually exposed here. But hopefully the Admiral will continue to sail his vessel to victory here. I'm seeing a lot of Spanish ships that were in the center starting to break. This is still the Nostra Senora, which I believe has surrendered, and we've got another Nostra Senora that is also surrendered. Now, a lot of these little tiny ships have also surrendered, but that's not a big surprise. So let's take a look at what we have left here. So for the English, we've got Randolph and Glatton, pretty decent-sized ships there. And we've got the Surf and the Fox, also a decent size. So the English still definitely do have the advantage of numbers, but I'm just looking over, you know, kind of towards the horizon here, and the Spanish still have their largest ships fighting. This ship in the center here is probably going to get destroyed by the fire of these massive galleons. All the wood pieces as well. You can see the men kind of running about the decks. I'm sure the commanders are barking orders. Oh, I'm just waiting for this ship to get swept away. Yeah, it's just constant fire. That would be so terrifying if you were on one of these tinier ships like this. Looks like we've got some more English ships coming in to help. But they've got this kind of big clump of ships that they need to spread out a little bit. They're going to just get pummeled by the, you know, the amount of guns on these massive ships here. Let's see if we can insert here and see the cannons firing. Oh my goodness, that is loud. No ear protection or anything. Oops. Sorry, guys. That was just a little loud. I don't really want to sit in there for too long. Come on, fire. Fire, you Spanish dogs. Ooh. Yeah, so it almost looks like the English fleet is kind of pushing the Spanish back. But as they're pursuing, the Spanish are just getting some nice broadside shots. We got Glatton here, the 74-gun third rate, kind of fixing to fire against the massive galleon. Oh, man. Oh, here it comes. Ooh. Yeah, that's not going to be good for these tiny ships. I'm sure that their hulls can't really sustain more than, you know, 50 cannonballs. Oh, this poor ship. Surprisingly, it's still holding, though. Still holding. Yeah, so like I said, we've still got the numbers for the United Kingdom or Great Britain. For those of you guys that are rooting for them, 2, 4, 6, 8. Looks like 10 ships versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 2-to-1 odds right now. Wow, good firing. The camera is just so shaky right now. Look at that guy just walking nonchalantly on the deck. I'd be a little more worried if I was him. These Spanish ships need to fire, though. They've taken a lot of damage from from Great Britain. I don't think they're going to be able to sustain too many more volleys. But the Admiral for Great Britain is lost, so I'd imagine the morale for Great Britain is not the best. Yeah, you can see here, Glatton has actually surrendered. And looks like Royal Oak is next. He's losing his morale. Randolph also making a suicide charge in between these two galleons here. Oh yeah, that's not going to be good. Oh, he's trying to go for some rear shots on the Santissima Trinidad, going for the General, but oh my goodness. Just being demolished. Yeah, that's completely destroyed the ship as well. It's routing. Wow. So that's the problem. Great Britain's kind of funneling one ship at a time after these massive galleons, and that just can't work that way. You have to mob them almost with like 2 or 3 other ships. Maybe get 2, 1 on either side, and then just fire into both sides, kind of like at the end of the Pirates of the Caribbean. Or they just flank onto either side of the ship and then just unleash the guns, and it just tears the ship apart. What is the rest of them going for? Yeah, they've got some little ships over here going after these smaller frigates. Got this little 38 gun, the Minerva. Don't know how well you're going to do in a 3v1 there, hun. But she's going for it. Looks like they've actually done some repairs on the ship's hull as well. So you can see from the red boards on the side. Uh-oh. Oh, they did get a couple of shots off. Oh, here it comes, though. Payback. A lot of the shots are actually missing, though. They're going a little high. So we got this little battle over here, this 3 versus 1. Looks like these other 3 ships have kind of left behind a bit. What do we got here? A lot of these ships are destroyed. We got a couple of tiny Great Britain ships. And we've got Randolph and Surf, pretty much the only big ships for Great Britain left. Fox as well, 74 gun, 3rd rate. But they have to take on the Santissima Trinidad, which still has 73 guns, and the San Lazaro with 101 guns, and the Delphine Dorado with 94 guns. I'm actually shocked that this Santissima Trinidad is still afloat. And there it goes, it's still firing. Actually, it looks like they have done incredible repair work to the side of their hull. What are they firing on? They're firing on this ship over here. I think it's also trying to repair as quickly as possible. It's a very neat mechanic where you can actually repair your ships. So you can see he's not in combat because he's trying to stay afloat. But that just kind of opens the door for Surf, the 74 gun, 3rd rate, to get fired upon. But he's not going down without a fight, that's for sure. Oh, all this repair work, I don't think it's going to help him at all. I think Randolph is going to be sinking very shortly. There it goes. It is firing at San Lazaro, though. Oh, it looks like the Spanish ships have actually joined up with their armada. If you look way into the distance there. Hold on. There we go. The Spanish were able to break the little tinier ship. And it looks like the Dryad, the 50 gun, was going to come and help out. But it's just getting pummeled by the Santissima Trinidad. Oh, some good shots on the sails of the Centurion over here, the 80 gun. Coming up against the Paleo 80 guns. So 57 guns still left for the Spanish, 53 for Great Britain. But the Spanish are in a better position at this point. He needs to really turn his ship broadside and get some good shots. This is close. The balance of power is still in favor of Great Britain. But I just don't think that they have enough firepower left to take down the massive galleons of the Spanish. Oh, is this one routing? Yeah, it is. Oh, that's frustrating to see. Dismasted. So yeah, it looks like he was firing some, I believe it's called chain shot, to rip apart the mast so that it's no longer able to push forwards. So now it's basically just a sitting duck for the Paleo. But it looks like we've got somebody else coming in to save the day, Randolph. He is technically still in this engagement, but he's about to... Ooh. He's about to take a beating. Actually not. Looks like the Spanish are not ready to fire just yet. Oh, yes. Yep, so it looks like those two ships are routing. Surprised the Fox is still afloat as well. It's been taking some heavy fire for the past couple of minutes here. Just ripping apart the sails. There goes all the repairs that they had made, and now it's opened up for a nice broadside shot. And they are routing as well. Wow. That is hard. That is a hard thing to see if you are rooting for Great Britain right now. Yeah, this ship has gotta, you know, it's gotta capitulate soon. There's no way it's going to be able to help out in any way. I love how this San Lorenzo over here, it's actually see-through. You can see right through the hull to the other side. How is how is that even afloat? Oh my goodness. If I was Great Britain, I would probably think about retreating at this point. There's not much he's going to be able to do. Looks like a couple of their ships are coming back, but they just continue to rout immediately. The Dryad has surrendered at this point. Yeah, we've got a notification for one of the ships here. The poor Intrepido is also surrendered. Looks like the Minerva 38 gun is trying to repair as quickly as possible. Yeah, this is quite close. I think they're just really trying to destroy this ship here. There we go. It looks like it should be surrendering very soon. Either that or just not coming back. I don't know how it's still routing. Like, I would just take down the flag. Like, you're done. This one is surrendered over here. I don't know if they boarded the Spanish. Oh yeah, it just looks like almost everyone on the ship is slaughtered. And I'm pretty sure as soon as ships surrender, I believe that they're not able to re-enter the battle. And here goes this ship going after the little tiny fifth rate. Yeah, he's going for it. I don't think that's really something exciting that we'd really want to see, though. What else is going on here? Looks like the Delphine Dorado is actually taken down. They are routing. We've got the San Lorenzo over here, though. Balance of power is almost half. And the Santissima Trinidad is still alive and well. Oh, and how fitting. We've got the Resistance here, just holding out to the bitter end. 49 guns still there. It looks like they're in boarding mode, so they may want to be going after the Delphine Dorado and try to get on to the ship. They are still fighting back, though. I think they're firing at the Caesar back here. This will be interesting to see if they board this massive ship here. 269 men still on board versus the 167 of the English. Oh, man. Oh. I think that's done it in. Yeah, that ship's surrendered now. Ooh, that is tough to see. If they can take out the Resistance, I believe that the Spanish will win this battle. There'll only be a couple of tinier ships that are still left. Here we go. Looks like these moving in for a broadside attack. Ooh, getting some big hits, though. Or taking some big hits, I should say, from the San Lazaro. Oh my goodness, yeah, just destroying the resistance. And now they're firing on the San Lazaro. The Santissima Trinidad is giving some support. Come on, fire. What are you doing? You're not firing. This is your chance to wipe it out. Wow, that's not good. I'm wondering if he's trying to repair his ship, so that's why he's not firing. Or it's possible that he wasn't aware of this. He's focused on other areas of the battle. This ship is surrendered over here. We've got this little Spanish ship. The Minerva, 38 fifth-rate gun, still in this game. Reloading 18 of their cannons. Fight on, you brave sailors. Yeah, they're taking on the Paleo over here, 80-gun ship. They've still got 50 guns. And it looks like he's moving in for a broadside attack. This is probably going to hurt. Oh, yes. And I think this ship has already routed once, and it is routing again. I would just try to pursue it with the Paleo and just finish it off. Oh, no. This little guy here is about to get pummeled.
One of our ships is destroyed. Fight.
Uh-oh. Hopefully not any of the big galleons. You're going to need all of them. This San Lazaro is just fighting their hearts out. It looks like they've actually routed the resistance. And then they've turned around and routed... or no, I'm sorry, they haven't. They're going after... What is this ship coming up over here? The Caesar, 38 gun. But look at that. The balance of power is now tipped into the favor of the Spanish Armada. Ooh. Some big hits on these little tiny ships. They're not going to be able to take much. They are firing back with what they have, though. 27 guns, so it's still a healthy little ship. I think this is the last big ship for Great Britain, the Centurion. Oh. Oh, they're shaking. Yeah, I think it's down to these last two ships for Great Britain. They don't have any more that have not surrendered. The Pandora and the Centurion. Oh yeah, that's just gonna finish that ship off. Yep, there we go. The Pandora is routing, so it's down to this last ship here, the Centurion. I don't know exactly what it's doing here. I think it's also trying to repair the damages that it's sustained. How many guns does it have? 51 guns still left and 130 men. Yeah, and here it comes. The Spanish Armada is focusing fire on the last of the Great Britain ships. And there we go, victory. So yes, thanks very much, R. Adams97, for sending in the battle replay. Thanks a lot for Tywin Lannister for joining in. So yeah, 9 ships for the Spanish deployed, 16 for Great Britain. They only lost 2 ships. That's craziness. Wow. Let's take a look at the statistics here. Yeah, the Delphine Dorado, 172 kills. That's pretty good there. Where's the San Lazaro? Yeah, 228, so that's pretty awesome for that ship. Did really, really well. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this Napoleon content. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you in the next one.